show. Streaming live, we're diving through the blue from the cockpit view. It's all for you. Jets are lining up, the quiz begins. Fuel the mind, the prize is what you win. Streaming live, we're diving through the blue from the cockpit view. It's all for you. Jets are lining up, the quiz begins. Fuel the mind, the prize is what you win. Welcome into the departure lounge. Flying high, the love will never drown. Christmas jet and battle of the livery. Tune in now to soak up all the scenery. Welcome into the departure lounge. Flying high, the love will never drown. Christmas jet and battle of the lead. Tune in now to soak up all the scenery. Games we navigate, every answer pushes past the gate. Colors burst in liveries collide. Compete with style, let your spirit guide. From runway lights to the quizzes bright, every moment here just feels so right. Altitude climb, enjoy the ride. Wings spread wide, we'll be your guide. Welcome into the departure lounge. Flying high, the love will never drown. Christmas jet and battle of the livery. Tune in now to soak up all the scenery. Welcome into the departure lounge. Flying high, the love will never drown. Christmas jet and battle of the lead. Tune in now to soak up all the scenery.
A huge thank you to our channel member ATC Swede. Yes. 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 It's that time once again. Brand new week means a brand new set of streams. How are we all? How are we doing? Welcome to your Monday Flight Night here on the Departure Lounge YouTube channel, of course. As always, I'm looking straight at you this time. Hope you are doing well. Took me forever to sort the streams out. Sort the schedule out. Last night, trying to pick out particular routes for the week. So you've seen what we're on board this evening. Let's have a nosy once again. We're on board Lufthansa or Lufthansa CityLine and the CRJ900 as we fly from our usual place on a Friday night, Frankfurt, over to Newcastle this evening. Flight time is just over an hour, so it might be a bit of a short stream, but we should have a lot of fun regardless. This one was requested by Wayne. Wayne was itching for a CRJ flight. And pop trivia for you, a little bit of trivia. Do you remember the last time we did CRJ? I had to look it up this evening before going live. Do you know how long it's been since we've done a CRJ flight on the stream? It's been a while. Yeah, straight away, Carl gets it. It's almost been a year. 14th of January, 2024 was the last. 2024 was the last time we did a CRJ flight on the stream. That was Air France, Paris to somewhere. I can't think where the destination was, but it was from Paris, long before the upgrades. Right, let's say hello to the chat. Let's see who we've got in there, and we'll go from there. Right, so your Sim CFI says, hey woo, CRJ stream. Absolutely, it's been a while since we've done one. It's been nearly a year, as I've just mentioned. Hope you're doing well, Wayne. Wayne, hope you're doing well. Start again. Wayne, hope you're doing well. Carl, hope you're doing well. Gemma, hope you're doing well. Says you sound far too cheery for a Monday. Fun story, just very quickly. My day was an interesting one today. I was a little tired this morning, so for lunch I went and got a meal deal and got myself a little energy drink to kind of like perk myself up. Well, I tell you what. I'll tell you what. It gave me the boost that I needed, and also gave me a sugar rush, which I was not expecting from one can. And then I've been on the come down ever since. So I'm just starting to perk back up again. But I do sound far too cheery for Monday. Trust me, I'm tired and I'm trying to get through it, so it's all good. But I hope you're doing well. Paul Hussey, evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Benny Thompson, evening to you, and of course anybody else that is lurking in the background. Hi, hello. Right. Before we go anywhere, would you like to meet your cabin crew for the evening? Would you like to meet your cabin crew for tonight? I've been extra nice on this one. I've been extra nice. I've had request after request after request after request to bring her back. And so, Janet, we are currently live on YouTube. Would you like to say hello to the viewers?
Oh, Captain, I'd love to say hello to our YouTube viewers. Just remind them that if they see the plane wobbling, it's just your flying skills in action.
Thanks, Janet. It's good to have you back.
Welcome aboard this flight where the captain is Tom Whittle, and I'm your lead flight attendant, Janet. We're currently live on YouTube, so if you see any strange faces in the comments, it is probably just the captain trying to figure out how to land this thing. Sit back,
she's not wrong,
and enjoy the flight, or at least try to enjoy it while pretending you're not terrified. Oh, Captain, it's always a pleasure to be back with you. Just remember, if we crash, I'm taking the credit for the comedy show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this flight where the captain is Tom Whittle, and I'm your lead flight attendant.
So she won't say the flight number yet because we're not logged in.
We're currently on the ground, preparing to take off to a place where the grass is greener and the skies are bluer. Hopefully not because of the captain is flying skills. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight, or at least pretend you're not terrified.
So she'll say that because she doesn't know the flight number yet because we're not tuned in. So let's tune in. Let's get this party off and underway. So yes, Janet is back by popular demand. She is back with us to roast me for the evening, and to answer any questions that you might have. So let's go to the aircraft here. So we need to attach the ground power, which we should have now. Or we're about to get, he says. Okay, right, ground power's in. Happy days. Just wondered where he was going then. If we go up to the top, what we'll do is we'll... it's that one there, isn't it? So we need to turn our torch on here because I can't see what we're doing. So fairly straightforward, actually, to set the CRJ up. This is from Aerosoft. Lots of people have hated it.
Oh, Captain, I'll keep my eyes peeled. Just remember, if we start to wobble, it's probably just your flying skills in action.
Got it. Because the key that I'm using...
Ladies and gentlemen,
for the torch.
This is your lead flight attendant, Janet. As we prepare for takeoff, I just want to remind you that if the captain starts to fly like he has had one too many cups of coffee, don't panic. It is all part of the show. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Or at least pretend you're not terrified.
Thanks. Yeah, she's not holding back. It's a Monday, and yeah, she's not holding back. So I have to, for the torch, it's Alt and L, but to talk to her, I'm using the Alt button. So I also have to be very careful, otherwise she'll just start talking for no reason. So we need to get some lights on here, but I'm scared because is there, I'm sure I found out where the dome light was in this thing before. Lighting. I found out where it was before. I can't think for the life of me where it is now. Right, doesn't matter. Anyway, we'll use the torch. So, external lights. So we want the nav lights on and logo lights on, so they should be on. Nope. Bottom right of overhead. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, they're already on. That's not helped. They're already on. Doesn't help. Cool. Alright. What we'll do is we'll just get a quick radio check in and just make sure we can be heard. Let's just quickly do that for clearance. Frankfurt clearance, good evening to you. Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango is type CRJ900, radio check.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, Frankfurt clearance, readability 5.
Beautiful. Right, so we can be heard. We're all good. Darren Graham, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We need AC power, apparently, according to your sim. Thank God you're here. Right. I always get confused with like AC being like potentially something different, but that's okay. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so now that we've got that, let's begin to board some passengers. So we need to operate some stairs. Not that we will need to, because what we'll do is we'll open the doors. Door has come down, that's fine. Let's request some boarding.
Boarding requested. Do you want to board crew?
I'd love to board crew.
Crew bus is
even though crew are already on. Janet, we're about to board some passengers. Make sure they are greeted, please, and make sure they're comfortable on board this aeroplane. It's not the biggest, but just make sure they're comfortable, if you could. See if she does that.
Okay, Captain. I'll make sure they feel as comfortable as possible in this flying tin can. Just remember, if they start screaming, it's probably not because of the snacks.
Thanks. Thanks, Janet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this flight. We may not be flying in a palace, but I assure you it is the best tin you all ever be in. If you need anything, just ask, and I'll pretend to care. Now sit back, relax, and let us hope the captain remembers which way is up.
She has had a bad day. She's had a right bad day. I'll just pretend to care about the passengers. Deary me. Deary me, Janet. Janet needs a coffee. She needs more than that. She needs a stiff drink. Janet, would you like a coffee or something? Just to kind of, you know, cheer yourself up a little bit.
Oh, Captain, a coffee sounds delightful. Just make sure it's stronger than your flying skills, eh?
Thanks, Janet. It's going to be a long night. Right, we need to go down to the pedestal here. We need to select... Now I'm going to do it at this angle because it's awkward. But there are two buttons here. We need to switch those over by one, like that, to get the aircraft into align mode for the IRS. If we go back to the overhead, we need to start the A... Oh, God. Forgive me. We need to start the APU. She's heading to Newcastle, party city capital. Well, let's find out what she thinks about it. Janet, we're off to Newcastle this evening. Do you know where Newcastle is? I ask because, you know, she's American. Just asking.
Oh, Captain, Newcastle is just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Or, a flight away, really. Just don't let your flying skills turn it into a detour, eh?
Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to divert.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're off to Newcastle this evening. That is right, Newcastle, where the streets are paved with, well, probably just concrete. Buckle up, because with Captain Tom at the helm, we might just take the scenic route. If you consider the sky a scenic route, enjoy the flight.
Let's get some fuel in.
Diverting might just give you a chance to practice your landing skills somewhere less populated.
Thanks, Janet.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a quick note. If we divert, it is not because of the weather, but because the captain might be trying to find a place that appreciates his unique flying style. Buckle up, it could be a bumpy ride.
Mate, we've not even got off the ground yet, and she's proper roasting me already. She's more brutal than she was last time. Jesus Christ. Right. Anyway, right, APU should be on. Let's listen. Yes, it is. We can see some trails there, so that's fine. So APU is on, which is all good. Gemma's loving the fact that she's savage this evening. She really is. I'm feeling like I'm gonna have to cry. So also, just very quickly, I've put the percentage of the likelihood of a medical event or something like that happening at 20%. I experienced it for the first time yesterday, and it does happen completely out of nowhere, like complete randomness. It does happen. So we're meant to go to Newcastle this evening. Whether we get there or not is entirely up to the system throwing up an emergency or not. So we'll see what happens. So every flight we do now, we might not get to where we need to go. So we will see. Jem's asking about the diversion. If we need to go to another airport, the diversion it's giving us tonight is Heathrow. However, depending on where we are in the route, my suggestion would probably be Manchester, if anything. Manchester or Liverpool, I would say. Just anywhere that might handle the CRJ and Lufthansa. I know Liverpool is one. But if you need to at any point, I would probably suggest Manchester, Birmingham, one of those two. Let's see if we do that first though. Right, APU's on. Passengers are boarding.
Lufthansa 656.
We need to now...
Lufthansa 656, read back correct. Contact ground on 121 decimal.
Right, so that's all aligning, so that's fine. So we need to sort ourselves out here. So let's set our position. So we're at Frankfurt, where we will be on Friday for our Frankfurt Friday. Let's take that number and pop it there. Happy days. Does that align it? Not yet. That's fine. Flight plan should possibly be in the system, but it is not. So, can we select a flight plan? Route menu, route list. Ooh, okay, right, there we go. So that, funnily enough, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Forget these ones. I think. Yeah, forget these ones. I've only flown the CRJ 6 times. So we've got a quick rundown. We've got Santa Barbara from Phoenix, Birmingham to Malpensa. That was Maribor to Southend. That is Paris to Naples. That's what we did for the Air France one that we did a year ago. And this is the one that we're doing tonight. Frankfurt to Newcastle. So we can select that. Route loaded. Happy days. That was easy. Index. Position. Flight plan has given us Oh, we need to start doing
M500 Yankee Romeo Whiskey Tango Oscar Frankfurt clearance readability 5.
Flight plan. But we've just have we not copy active? Hang on. Right, there we go. Okay, cool. Activate that. Job done. Right, that's in. Yeah, Carl says Humberstone, Hubberside. I know what you mean. It's close enough. It's close enough. It'll do. So let's execute the flight plan. Happy days. So there we go. Now we've got our flight plan. We're just waiting for this to align, which it will. Eventually. Does it tell us? Not yet. No, not yet. So we'll see. Right, performance. Fine. Fuel today for our aircraft going to Newcastle is 4,919 kilos. And we have a cruise altitude today of 31,000. Let's go 31,000 for today. Execute that. Job done. Right, VNAV set up. Sure. Right. So it's got the flight plan and everything else sorted, so that's fine. So we'll just make sure that that is what we're doing. It's supposed to be going off 7th Centre today, but I want to see what ATC give us. So let's check in. Let's check in and see what they give us. Here we go. Frankfurt clearance, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango with hang on a minute, we need that, don't we? It's gonna read it back anyway. I think. Yeah.
Right. 7 left. Advise on course.
It's like
heading,
Roger, take your time.
altitude,
Information Oscar is what we're after.
Basic information service is requested.
Right, let's try again. Frankfurt clearance, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango with information Oscar, requesting IFR clearance to Newcastle. Give it a minute.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Information Oscar is current. Cleared to Newcastle via the OBOC 1 Echo departure, then as filed. Departure runway 07 center, initial climb altitude 4,000 feet. Departure on 118.505 squawk 5.
Cool. So it's given us 7 center, which is fine. I can't see which one that is. Altitude, there we go. 4,000. Oh, we're there already. Cool. Literally just waiting for that to align. I don't know why what's taking so long. Alright, let's read it back. Clear to Newcastle via the Obok 1 Echo departure, then as filed, departure runway 07 centre. Initial climb, altitude 4,000 feet, departure on 118.505, squawk 5537.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.805.
Oh, ideal. Right, passengers still doing their thing. Let's get the squawkers, which is here, so we need to...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Lufthansa Flight 8CT from Frankfurt to Newcastle. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need assistance, just wave at one of us and we'll pretend to be helpful. And remember, if the captain starts flying like he has had one too many cups of coffee, just hold on tight. Enjoy the flight.
Thanks, Janet, again. Should be on now. Cool, we are identified. Happy days. Right. Still not a lot. What's taking this so long then? So we're still loading passengers, which is fine. This should normally be done by now.
Lufthansa 69, request clearance to Munich.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
Clearance to Munich via the CINT to Delta departure, then as filed. Departure runway 07 right, initial climb to 4,000. Departure on 120.155, squawk 2151, Lufthansa 69.
On. That mean TCAS is on there?
69er, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.755 when ready.
TCAS still off. Yeah, IRS is in nav mode, which is fine. And so that should normally be done. Why is is it doing it realistically? Because it's bollocks. Okay, so it's in realistic. How long is realistic for a CRJ, please? I forgot I changed that. I was supposed to have done it quickly. That's why it was there. Yeah, I need. That's the problem. So I've done it in realistic time. How long is that, please? How long is that? But it's fine because we're still boarding, so it's not an issue. Yeah, I mean, I did say I'd drag it out, so I mean, you're more than welcome. 7 minutes. I feel like it's been more than that. Oh, there we go. We're in. Happy days. Cool. Right. So, unless someone wants to correct me, the CRJ does not have auto throttle. So you have to manage it yourself with speed, so it should be fine. Otherwise, we're pretty much ready to go. We're just waiting for the last few passengers. We will get pushed back, and we will then be able to
Initial climb to 4000, departure on 120.
Get going to Newcastle.
Squawk 3653.
It's fine, we can stick with the realistic thing, it's like a few minutes.
Lufthansa 316 form information. Requesting IFR clearance to Faro and File.
Fuel, so we can get fuel pumps on at least. Just going through to see what we can turn on here. I think we chuck that to auto, so that's fine. You can click MFD data next page and LRN status to believe to check the time. Okay, cool. I'll think about that for next time. Still got quite a few things that we need to do, but we have pushback to do first, which is always fun. So while we're doing that, we'll click these red levers here, and then I believe we push them to idle, which is about there. Yep, happy days. So the engines are pretty much ready to go once we are pushed back. Packs are auto, so you can turn them on. This is what I love, see? Like, I have a good understanding of how to fly this, but yeah, there you go, packs are there, so we'll turn those on.
I am working on that clearance. Stand by.
Happy days.
Cleared to Berlin as filed. After departure, flyer vectors to Delta Foxtrot 134. Then as filed. Departure runway 25 Charlie. Initial climb to 4000. Departure on 120.155. Squawk 6154 Piper 1831 Sierra. Frankfurt clearance. Good evening. Lufthansa for Romeo Juliet. This information Mike. Request IFR clearance to Budapest.
Let's see what happens. Have we got baggage? Are we done? I feel like we've not had baggage yet. We might be here for some time. It's cool. Let's just make sure. No. Okay, so we're still waiting on baggage. I think in sim it will work, but in real life FedEx would abort start with fuel added before any of the values top up are not met. Okay. Time for baggage. It's about bloody time too. Well, thankfully we are working off of a functional checklist. We're not looking at, as I would call it, pissing about with a lot of the buttons. Everything that I have in regards to the flight simulator is a functional checklist, as long as the aircraft works and you get to A to B, or from A to B. That's all that matters. Ask Janet about the baggage. Janet, you see the baggage handlers outside the window. Do you know them? And do you know why the baggage turned up so late?
Oh, Captain, I don't know them personally, but I suspect they were busy trying to find the right bags. Or maybe they were just having a tea party. As for the late baggage, well, it's probably still trying to figure out how to get on board without getting lost. Much like you when you fly. Ladies and gentlemen, as you settle in, just a quick note. If your bags arrive late, It is probably because they took a wrong turn at the last airport. They're not as good at navigating as our captain, but then again, who is? So, sit back, relax, and let us hope we don't take a detour to the Bermuda Triangle.
I'm not that incompetent. I wouldn't take us to the Bermuda Triangle. Not from fucking Frankfurt. Fuck's sake. I mean, it'd be a miracle if I can get a CRJ to the Bermuda Triangle from Frankfurt. So I'll give her that. But I'm not that incompetent. Thank you. David, I'll ask her. I'll ask her in a second. Hope you're doing well, though. Janet, very quick one. David in our group chat, in our YouTube chat, is asking, did you manage to get your hands on some good quality nuts this weekend? I'm gonna get banned, I'm sure of it.
Oh, Captain, I managed to get my hands on some nuts, but I can't promise they're as good as your flying skills. Ladies and gentlemen, as you board this flight, just a
Keep
quick
it clean.
note, if you see any nuts on the menu, they might not be as good as the captain's flying.
Keep it clean.
Hey, at least they won't make you dizzy.
Oh, Janet. Oh dear. I was not expecting that answer. I was not expecting that as an answer. Oh, dearie me. Wilson, hello to you. Hope you're doing well. Oh, Janet, what have you done? Oh dear. Okay. Absolutely childish to laugh at that, by the way. Childish. Evening, Jim. Jim says somebody managed to fly Concorde for 7 hours to Washington on this, so the Bermuda Triangle with a CRJ, quite probably possible. Thanks, Jim. Thanks for sticking up for Janet. Hope you're doing well. It's going to be another one of those side-splitting evenings, I think, with Janet. Back by popular demand. I can now see why.
Frankfurt clearance, Lufthansa 656 requesting IFR clearance to Stockholm, and we have information Foxtrot. Clear to Arlanda via the Marvel.
Oh, dear.
Departures and final departure on the 25 center, initial climb altitude 4,000 feet, departure on 118.50544244, Lufthansa 656.
Lufthansa 656. Read back correct. Ground is on 121.805 safe flight, sir.
Contact ground on 121.805 Lufthansa 656.
I don't particularly know why I'm doing this, because it doesn't... We'll see. See what happens. So, baggage is nearly done. So we are pretty much good to go now. So once that baggage comes on board, we'll get the doors up. There we go. Boarding is now complete.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Yep, doors are up. Beautiful. Happy days. Right. Janet, it's time to make sure that the doors are armed. I'm about to request pushback. Please don't grab any nuts while I'm doing this.
805 squawk 6155 Lufthansa 656.
Lufthansa
Okay, Captain.
656.
I'll
Read
make
that
sure the
correct.
doors are armed
Contact
and no
ground
nuts
on
will be grabbed.
121
Just keep your flying skills in check, eh?
Janet, it's too easy. It's too easy, Janet.
As we
805
prepare for
Lufthansa
pushback,
656.
please make sure your seatbelts are fastened and your tray
Transport
tables are
clearance Lufthansa 656 requesting IFR clearance to Schiphol and the
enjoy the flight.
Okay. Let's go. Frankfurt ground, good evening. Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango with you requesting push and start. It's too easy. No, it's too easy for the nuts.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, push and start approved, face west.
Don't need any de-icing, that's fine.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brake set.
Thanks. Push and start approved, face west, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. It's all about the nuts. It's not about the nuts.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Stop with the nuts. It's too easy. It's too easy. I flew Janet in especially for this flight, and I think she's been tarnished by the nut grabbing.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
I would have asked what his name was, but
Disregard Frankfurt ground.
don't think that's our business.
Lufthansa 1006 Frankfurt ground, request unclear. Please clarify or repeat your request.
Disregard Lufthansa 1006.
Makes me laugh this program because sometimes you hear people like requesting like the easiest of things, and then
Locking gear.
and it's like, yeah, I don't understand what you're saying, and then the person's just like, yeah, disregard that. Excuse me. Right, fuel pumps are on, which is all good. Beacon is on. We'll start the engines on the once we've finished with the push. Got Air Serbia next to us as well. Lovely. Beautiful little plane this is, really is.
Exiting from editing mode.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brake set.
Right, so can't start the engines yet, but that is fine. We'll work through the rest of the aeroplane
Release
whilst we're
parking
here.
brakes.
I have done. Oh, chocks need to come off, didn't they? Disconnect and
Release parking brakes. Commencing push.
there we go.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brake set.
Right, let's turn the hydraulics to auto, which is like that. Aircon packs are on, fine. Recirculation fan on. We'll arm the nose wheel steering once we have the engine started.
Lufthansa Flight 8CT from Frankfurt to Newcastle. I am Janet, your lead flight attendant, and I am joined by my fabulous crew, Toby, Klaus, Anya, and Greta.
Oh god, here she
We're
goes.
all here to ensure you have a delightful flight, or at least one that does not involve the captain trying to land us in a tree. Now, let us talk safety, shall we? First, to fasten your seatbelt, simply
Janet.
slide the metal end into the buckle until you hear a delightful click. To release, just lift the buckle. Easy peasy, like trying to find the captain as sense of direction. In the unlikely event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen
parking
masks
brake.
will drop down. Pull the mask towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally, like you're trying to calm down after realizing the captain is flying the plane.
Oh.
And if we happen to end up in water, your life vest is located under your seat. To use it, pull it out, slip it over your head, and inflate it by pulling the red tabs. Just donate inflate it inside the cabin, or we might have to start paddling. As for emergency exits, there are 2 at the front and 2 at the back. If you need to use them, just follow the nearest crew member, preferably one who isn't at the captain. We expect a flight time of about 1 hour and 32 minutes, so sit back, relax, and let us hope the captain does not try to impress you with his Onikia flying skills. Enjoy the flight.
Janet, was it really necessary to roast me during a safety briefing? Thanks, Air Serbia.
Oh, Captain, it's all in good fun. Besides, if I didn't roast you, who would? It's like a safety briefing without the safety part. Ladies and gentlemen, as we push back from the gate, I just want to remind you that in the unlikely event of an emergency, the exits are located, well, probably not where the captain thinks they are. So sit back, relax, and let us hope he remembers how to fly this thing.
With your seatbelts fastened and your seats in the upright position. In case of a drop in cabin pressure, breathing masks will drop from the ceiling and should be placed over your head. If there is smoke in the cabin during the evacuation of the aircraft...
Oh, there's an Aussie lady now doing the cabin crew. I don't think she'll be happy with that.
...which are located here and here. In case of an extreme emergency landing, you will be instructed to get into the brace position, which is executed by placing your head between your knees with your hands over your head. We would also like to remind you that you should turn off all electronic devices.
Oh, we better...
Paying attention during this brief presentation.
Darren says she knows you very well.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Well, I mean, you lot wanted her, and I brought her back from popular demand. I do not regret my decision. She's providing the entertainment, and that's all that matters. Even if it is to my expense. Right, so we need to
unlocking gear.
That windshield there, low, and the yaw damper, and then we're good to go. Yaw damper is here. Beautiful, and that's it. All right, let's go ahead and request.
Tow truck disconnected. Pipe has been removed.
Our taxi then.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Anything to spice up your evening? Well, we'll see. Right, let's have a look and just make sure I've got everything here. Your damper, yep. Flaps will be fine. Rear contour on, yep. Program M, yep. Done that. Strobes light, yep. Cool. Don't need the checklist anymore. Bye-bye, checklist. Your work here is done for another night. Right, let's request our taxi. Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, ready to taxi to runway 07 center.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, taxi to runway 07 center via N Blue, November N16L21. Contact tower on 118.78 when ready for departure.
Taxi to runway 07 center and contact tower on 118.78 when ready for departure. Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Okie dokes, let's go. Right, here we go. Oh, I've not even got off the ground yet. And I'm getting absolutely shafted. Right, there we go. We've got some movement. That's fine. We'll just up the power. Lights aren't very bright here, I must admit. We need the nose light, don't we? There we go. So off to the centre we go. I hope you had a lovely Monday, at least. And if you haven't, you are now. You're enjoying the roasting of the pilot. A couple of Oman Dreamliners. It's weird doing Frankfurt and not being here for the VATSIM event. Taxiing alongside just there, a Thai 777. So again, there's no autopilot, not that I've seen, for the CRJ. Autopilot? Yeah, no, auto throttle. I said auto throttle, didn't I? No auto throttle for the CRJ. Once again, this was requested by Wayne, so thank you, Wayne, for suggesting this one. He's been banging on about doing a CRJ into Newcastle. So I figured, why not? Got a couple of juicy flights coming up during the week as well.
Eurowings 1976, contact tower on 118.78, safe flight. Tower 118.78, Eurowings 1976 stehen.
Awesome, absolutely go for it. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, post well, providing you can, yeah, if you can send links, absolutely, yeah, go for it. Dave says, I imagine that flying from Frankfurt to Newcastle might involve an encounter with cock. Hang on. It does not. No, it doesn't. We're going over Holland, not Belgium. Wayne says Monday was trying, but on the plus the weather has been mild here today. The snow and ice has melted. Happy days. Not where I went. No, I went up on Dartmoor. It's still thick up there. Carl says Monday for me has been a good day. Still ice on the paths, but hopefully we'll go this week. I imagine it probably would do. Gemma says still ice here as well. Janet won't be happy she's missing out on cock. Well, I think she's had a handful of nuts over the weekend, so I think she's sorted. Thank you. Apparently the chap's name was Nobby or something, but you don't like to speculate. Whoa! Lufthansa 321 Neo just coming out of nowhere. No, I don't think it will allow all good. Trying to think of another way of doing it. Newcastle long finals are heading over where I live today, says Wayne. So, halfway up the taxi at the moment. We are looking for the beginning of the runway, which is just at the top end there. So essentially there is a Thai and Lufthansa Neo, which we are following. Oh, hold on. I've just remembered something. Hang on. I have been wondering for a while why the engine sounds have been very quiet. I now know why, because I turned the engines down from the thing before. It's fine, we've worked it out.
Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa 08 Hotel, request pushback and engine start.
Lufthansa 08 Hotel, pushback and engine start approved. Face south.
Pushback and engine start approved, face south, Lufthansa 08
Still weird.
Hotel.
Because I was, what was I doing last night? I was flying 727. I was like, why are the engines so bloody quiet? Couldn't work it out. And now I remember. So we're going into Newcastle on runway 25. Just seen it. Yeah, I've just seen it. Yeah, David. Yeah, make sure the weather radar. I don't think it's that. I think it's more the TCAS system. It's going to pick up the trains that were flying in the sky. Clipped out Panda, hello to you, says hola. Hola amigo, hope you're doing well.
Frankfurt ground, Lufthansa 656 is ready for pushback and startup.
Lufthansa 656, Frankfurt ground, pushback and startup approved. Face west.
They all sound like the same dude.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, contact tower on 118.78. Tschüss.
Juice? Juice? What is juice? Oh, it's a German word. Contact tower on 118.78 Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Juice! Juice! Right. So, Lufthansa Neo lining up now. Well, more importantly, on the roll, I should say. So let's go for it. Let's request. Frankfurt Tower, good evening. Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango at runway 07 center, requesting departure clearance.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, runway 07, sea winds calm, cleared for takeoff.
Very straightforward to the point. Clear for takeoff, Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango. Where's the strobes? Cool, right, here we go then, because that Lufthansa 320 is going to completely ignore us. Wait. Wait. Cheers. Right, here we go then. I don't know if we'll have the sounds, but if we do, enjoy the sounds of the CRJ900 as we leave Frankfurt for Newcastle. Here we go.
Lufthansa 69er, contact departure on 120.155.
Contact departure 120.155, Lufthansa 69.
Right, 50%, and in true FAA terminology, toga that bitch.
121.755, Lufthansa 69.
That Lufthansa has lined up right behind us. Right, almost at rotate speed. Here we go. V1 and rotate. Whoa! Have we not? Have we got sound? Seems very quiet. Can't look at it though. Have we got? I mean, this is interesting if we don't have the sound. So rolling at 3,000 feet at the moment. Let's nav that bitch.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, contact departure on 118.505.
Have we got sound? I mean, I think we do, but it's very quiet. Let's bring one lot of flaps up.
Contact departure on 120.805.
Contact departure on 118.505, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Whoa, why are we absolutely flying? Oh, we do have sound. Okay. Lots to keep an eye on here, so let's do the departure. Frankfurt departure, good evening, Lufthansa. I'm not even with them. That might work, wouldn't it? Lufthansa departure, good evening. It's not even Lufthansa. Not even Lufthansa, is it? It's not even Lufthansa. Frankfurt departure, good evening. Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango with you at 4,000 feet. Got there in the end.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, Frankfurt departure identified. Cleared direct Obercar.
Cleared direct Obercar, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango.
Charlie Tango identified. Hello.
Proper got to manage the speed here.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, climb flight level 220.
Climb flight level 220, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango.
Cleared EDDF 554, runway 7 center, Lufthansa 3564.
Well, I've not flown this for a while, so I was a little bit
8
confused.
Charlie Tango, climb flight level 220.
Mate, you've already given me that. Let's get some speed in. enter the climb. Here we go outside. Beautiful. Get the rest of the flaps up. Right, what happens if? Oh my god, so it's quite powerful, this aeroplane. We are still, why are we still? There we go.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, climb flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240 Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Right, I'm climbing there to we're going to 240 now. It's been a while since I've flown this. I flew it off stream a while back, but right, 240, there we go. Lewis, hello to you, hope you're doing well.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, climb flight level 260.
Climb flight level 260, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Right, we're passing 10,000. Let's get the...
Dear guests, good news. You can now use your electronic devices, so feel free to scroll through your social media and pretend to be busy while the captain tries to remember which way is up. And just a reminder, our Flynet Wi-Fi service is available now, so you can stream your favorite shows or, watch the captain's flying skills in real time. Enjoy the flight.
Gotta love Janet, right? Janet, your favourite passenger, Dale Winton, is on board. Would you like to say hello?
Oh, Captain, I'd love to say hello to Dale Winton. Just remind him that if he sees you flying, it's not a game show. It's a survival challenge.
The fact... the fact that she recognises Dale Winton from a game show is, like, fantastic.
IR378, contact Frankfurt Tower on 118.78.
That's quite funny, actually, to be fair.
118.78, Leipzig at 378.
That is quite funny.
Frankfurt departure, Austrian 3 for Delta, on flight level 3000, climbing to 4000, with you.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango,
Beautiful.
climb flight level 320.
What lights are still on? Oh, the taxi lights were still on. Oh. Oh, did I press the flaps by accident? Shit. Did I? Nay?
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, contact Langenradar on 127.625.
Why are we overspeeding? Oh fuck. When was that pressed? I don't remember pressing the gear. I must have done it as I was changing the changing windows. Forgive me. No. What happens is that the cabin crew will they'll just come at you. So they're not like, I won't need to talk to them to find out if anything's happening. They'll just announce it. They'll say, Captain, there's a passenger on board who's not very well, or whatever else. So they will announce it there and then. So I don't need to talk to them for it.
Climbing at 4000.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango requesting a cruise altitude please of flight level 310.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, climb flight level 360.
I'm not climbing to 36,000.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, climb flight level 310.
Climb flight level 310 and also contact Langen radar on 127.625 Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Happy days. Right. The cabin crew come at you. Janet, can you explain your actions, please? David, you're going to be the reason we divert soon. I just got this weird feeling. Langen radar, good evening to you, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango with you, flight level 240, climbing flight level 310.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, Langen Radar identified.
Radar. Douche! Alright, bit of a wavy flight plan this evening, but she's a beaut. She is lovely. She is lovely.
is climbing to flight level 380. Good afternoon.
What do you reckon? 'Cause it has been, it's been a year.
Langenradar identified. Good afternoon.
It's been a year since we've flown the CRJ on stream, which is crazy to think about, really. So you can tell from certain pointers that I've had off people that I need to refresh myself with this one. But what do we reckon? I'm quite enjoying this. 1 hour and 6 minutes before we get to Newcastle, providing there's no emergency situation. It's at 20%, so there is a likely chance of it could happen. But we will see. Oh, I need to... oh, do you know what I didn't do before we departed? Janet, do you remember the last time you were with us? I forget what flight it was. Do you remember the guy who blocked the toilet with the toy train?
Oh, Captain, how could I forget? That was a classic. I mean, who knew a toy train could cause such a big mess? It was like a miniature version of your flying skills.
What shit?
Ladies and gentlemen, as we cruise along at 36,000 feet, I just want to remind you that if you see any toy trains in the lavatory, it is probably not the captain's fault this time. Enjoy the flight.
Thanks, Janet. Just to warn you, Wayne is on board again this evening, so if you see him going to the lavatory, can you kind of keep an eye on him and just make sure that he doesn't block the toilet this time?
Oh, Captain, I'll keep an eye on Wayne. If he starts heading for blue, I'll just remind him that it's not a toy train station in there.
Lufthansa 5 Craig uniform. Cessna Delta, Romeo Delta. Contact Langen radar.
I wonder. I'm hoping you heard that. I'm hoping you heard that.
Langen.
Wayne treating the toilet like
Delta, confirm,
like a toy train station.
Contact Langen radar on
Fabulous.
125.2.
Alright, so reaching our altitude now, 31,000, or we've got about 1,000 to go, 31,000 feet. Hoping that the speed will keep to... oh, two, is that there? .280, there we go. Happy days. That should keep that. I always forget about that. Always forget the speed bit. It's technically the auto throttle. I always forget that. So there is an auto throttle, but it works in a different way. Why we continue to climb here, speed wise. No, we're still no. This is the other thing that I've also got to try and work out, is how you manage the speed.
Langen radar, Lufthansa 656, first climbing to flight level 270, good evening.
Lufthansa 656, Langenradar identified. Schonen, guten Abend.
Oof. Getting the German out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached cruising altitude, which is a fancy way of saying we're up in the sky and not coming down anytime soon, unless the captain decides to take us on a surprise tour of the clouds. Now, we'll be starting our snack and drink service shortly, and let me tell you, we've got some delightful options. You can enjoy some lovely bread from renowned baker Axel Schmidt, including potato and champagne bread, which is so good it might just make you forget the captain's questionable flying skills. After our service, we'll also be offering some fabulous articles from the Lufthansa shop, because who does not want to shop at 36,000 feet? So sit back, relax, and let us hope the captain remembers how to land this thing.
So, very posh food on board this evening, apparently. Potato and champagne bread. Never heard of it. Oh! How could I forget? Janet, you know you were just giving out the food menu or whatever. You'd like to explain what snacks were on board. Do we have any chocolate bars for Carl? You know what he's like. If he doesn't get a chocolate bar, he gets a bit ratty.
Oh, Captain, don't worry. We've got plenty of chocolate bars for Carl. If he doesn't get his fix, we might have to strap him to the wing to keep him calm. I'll make sure he's well taken care of, or else we might end up flying in circles, just like your last landing attempt.
She remembered. She remembered the last flight.
Just descending to flight level 80.
Lufthansa 656, Langen radar identified.
Just to strap Carl to the wing. Like to see that happen, you know, whilst we're in the air. Janet, Gemma in our chat is asking, do we have any cream eggs on board? Do you know the Cadbury's cream eggs, the ones you get at Easter time? Have we got any of those on board?
Oh, Captain, I'm afraid we don't have any Cadbury's cream eggs on board.
Rubbish.
But if you ask nicely, I might just let you have a chocolate bar instead. Just don't go flying off the handle like you do with the plane.
Oh, it's not for me, it's for Gemma. Janet, that's not for me, that's for Gemma.
Just a quick note. We don't have any Cadbury's cream eggs on board, so if you were hoping for a chocolatey Easter miracle, you might have to wait until we land. But don't it worry. We've got plenty of other snacks to keep you from getting as cranky as our captain when he misses a turn. Oh, Captain, I see. I'll make sure to pass that on to Gemma. Just don't let her fly the plane, eh?
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a quick reminder. If you see Gemma looking a bit too happy, it's probably because she's just found out the captain is not flying us into a tree today. Enjoy the flight.
There you go. The reason for Gemma's happiness is because I'm not flying us into a tree. Gemma says, am I getting roasted now? Yeah, she said basically not to let you fly the plane because we didn't have any cream eggs or something like that. Janet, why are we not letting Gemma fly the plane again?
Eurowings 1218, climb and maintain flight level 330.
Oh, Captain, we all know Gemma's flying skills are about as reliable as your last landing attempt. Let's keep her on the ground where she can do less damage.
I mean, I don't know, backhanded compliment. Like, my last landing was pretty decent. Oh, dear. Tell you what, no one is safe. Carl's getting strapped to the wing. Gemma can't fly a plane. Oh, dear. Deary me. Deary me. Right. As you know, bottom of your screens, you should have the schedule running along the bottom of it. It's about to go through once again. So here is what's coming up throughout the rest of the week. Tomorrow, as you can see right now, down there, we are flying Air New Zealand's ATR 72 from Auckland to Queenstown on a New Zealand domestic run tomorrow. 7:15 start for that one. Keeping with the regional jets, of course. Wayne's with you on Wednesday for some train tipping fun. From 7 o'clock on Thursday, we are on the MD-11 flying from Dallas to Indianapolis with American Airlines. 7:15 start for that one as well. Friday, well, you already know what Friday is, so I don't need to tell you. 6:30 start for our VATSIM Fridays at Frankfurt once again. On Saturday, the flight that should have taken place Saturday just gone, but because the sim was being a bit pain in the ass. Junyao 787-9 Shanghai to Tokyo, 7:15 start for that one. And then Wayne's with you on Sunday. I've put trains. Could be Euro Truck Sim. It's one of the two. For 7 o'clock. Plenty to look forward to this week on the channel. I'd be interested to know how Janet handles an emergency. I'm really intrigued to know how she would handle one.
Yankee Charlie, flight level 10,300 feet.
He didn't.
Turkish 4 Yankee. Charlie, Langen radar, identified. Good afternoon.
He did not sound like he was sure.
8. Charlie Tango. Contact Amsterdam radar on 11.8.805.
Yeah, man. Contact Amsterdam radar on 118.805 Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Carl says you'll probably just roast everybody, and Gemma says probably tell them to stop being dramatic. What do you mean your arm's fallen off? Get back in your seat and strap your chair together. Amsterdam radar, good evening. Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango with you, flight level 310.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, Amsterdam radar, identified. Good evening.
Oh, evening to you. You polite human being. I just imagine in a situation like that. I don't know how she would cope. I'd be interested to know how she would cope though, but I don't think she'd know how to. Which is why I think it'd be interesting to find out if she. So at the same time, I can trigger a crisis if I wanted to. I won't, but we'll leave it to chance. But if I wanted to just randomly trigger one, then I could. Alright, so 46 minutes before we get to Newcastle, providing we get there. When I did the when I had the emergency pop up, when the emergency popped up, it was as I was descending. So, be interested to see if we get one like mid-flight, because we would need to divert pretty quick if that's the case, depending on the severity of it as well. That's the other side to it. So the one I had yesterday was a heart attack, but the passenger was stable, so we could continue. But we had to request emergency personnel on the ground, or medical personnel on the ground once we arrived. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. So we might have Janet with us again tomorrow. Otherwise, we're going to explore some other voices for our ATR flight to Queenstown. A good outcome then for the passenger. Yeah, passenger was stable and managed to get treatment.
I need to be at flight level 10,000 by Google.
Griffin Juliet Golf descend and maintain 10,000.
And like I say, this also works with VFR flights as well. So if you wanted to fly like a Cessna, then you could, and fly VFR and just contact radar every time you enter the airspace. But I do enjoy a good CRJ flight, just don't fly it enough. Probably should do, really. Got filters on as well, and I've also managed to obviously make it a little bit lighter as well, so we can sort of see bits and bobs as well. Paul Hussey, thank you for the super sticker. That is greatly appreciated. One of many ways that you can support the channel this evening. I know another way you can support the channel, and I'm about to do it because it's my second lot for the month. You know what time it is. Here we go then. Time to let it play. Oh, hang on. Hey. I thought I already did 5. Oh, apparently not. There you go. I have now. Yes. T.Tricks gets one of the memberships I've just donated into the chat. 5 coming your way right now.
Good afternoon, DFL 361 in your airspace.
Norris Speedster gets one as well.
330.
DFL 361, Amsterdam
Sim
radar
Nation.
identified. Good afternoon. DFL 361, contact Langen radar on
Simon Greedy gets one.
175.
Langen radar on 129.175.
Darren Graham gets one as well. There you go. 5 memberships to get the train rolling. Bingo was his fucking name-o. If you want to take part in the little train that I've just started, you can give the membership to those that are either watching or those that are in the background as well who have watched the channel. Super chats, super stickers are other ways you can donate to the channel this evening if you so wish. It's never forced upon, of course. It's entirely down to whether you want to or not. Okay, just keeping an eye there on the speed. We're absolutely fine with the speed at the moment. So there you go. Carl jumping on the train. This one's not flying in the air. And Carl's gifted membership goes to Loopy. So nice one, Carl. Muchos gracias. Or muchos gracias. But nice one, Carl. Appreciate that.
KL1529er, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Climbing to flight level 200, KL1529er.
So we should be expected to land in about 40 minutes time, just after 9:30. Darren Graham coming in with a gifted membership. Going to Matt Smith. Nice one, Darren. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's one of many ways. Or, if you want to do the thing that is totally free and doesn't cost you a single thing, you can leave a like on the stream if you are enjoying the stream so far. Janet, why should people leave a like on the live stream this evening, please? I don't know if you'll recognise that, but we'll go for it.
Oh, Captain, they should leave a like because it might just be the only thing that saves your flying career. Plus, it helps us know that someone out there appreciates our unique brand of in-flight entertainment, even if it's just watching you try to navigate the skies.
If that's not a reason to like the stream, I don't know what is. Thanks, Janet. Lee Class coming in with a gifted membership as well. The train is well and truly rolling, and it's on the tracks. Ian Mahoney gets it. Lee, thank you so much for your generosity there. Janet is so brutal today. I know, right?
KLM 146 Amsterdam radar identified. Good afternoon.
Train is well and truly on the roll.
Amsterdam radar, KLM 146, flight level 150.
Gemma coming in with a gifted membership as well. Jane Chapman getting it. Gemma, thank you so much.
Present heading in
Choo choo.
flight level 150, KLM 146.
Immense generosity tonight. Thank you so much. Janet, any chance of a bottle of water, please? It's I'm getting a little bit parched. Flying this aeroplane. She might as well roast me, so I might as well just give it to her.
Oh, Captain, I'll get you a bottle of water faster than you can say, I hope I don't crash this thing. Just hang tight.
Mate. Jesus. Also, Wayne's not been to the toilet yet, right? Like, you've been keeping an eye on him.
Oh, Captain, I've been keeping a close eye on Wayne. If he heads to the loo, I'll make sure he doesn't turn it into a toy train station again.
That was totally unprompted. Rob Brown, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the
Radar,
stream.
Good morning. Lufthansa 574 on flight level 390.
Oh, that's funny.
Lufthansa 574 Amsterdam radar identified. Good morning.
I love this program, I really do. Janet, I'm assuming the passengers are behaving themselves at the moment. Obviously there's nothing reporting back, so I would think yeah, obviously everything's alright. Is that the case?
Oh, Captain, they're behaving themselves like a bunch of well-trained cats. Mostly ignoring me, but not causing any chaos. So all is well for now.
Happy days.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a quick update. The passengers are behaving themselves like they've just been told there's a sale on chocolate. So sit back, relax, and let us hope the captain does not try to impress us with his flying skills again.
Thanks, Janet. Janet, we have an angry Scottish person on board. His name is Rob Brown. He's asking where the drinks trolley is.
Oh, Captain, I'll make sure to roll the drinks trolley over to Rob Brown before he starts throwing haggis at us. Ladies and gentlemen, I hear we have a very thirsty Scotsman on board. Do not worry. The drinks trolley is on its way, and I promise it is more reliable than our captain's sense of direction.
Oh, I don't care about that roast. I really don't.
Diesel 361 your airspace, climbing flight level 270.
EFL 61, Amsterdam radar, identified. Good afternoon.
Oh dear.
Maintain flight level 320, diesel 361.
Oh dear.
Maintain flight level 360, diesel 361.
So Rob got roasted. Ah, that's funny. Please tell me you all heard that. That's actually quite funny. Oh, that's just genius. Oh, Janet needs her own emoji. I will find. I'll see if, what she look like. Let's have a look. Oh. I mean, I didn't see it coming with the haggis line. I just thought that oh, that's just brilliant. Right, let me have a quick googly search. Hang on.
Testing the next fix after Sugal, Shamrock 715.
Oh my! Oh my God!
Shamrock 715. The next fix after Sugal is Neetom. Refer to your charts for further navigation.
Oh, I found Janet. Right, hang on.
Next fix after Sugal is Neetom and refer to charts in all navigation. Shamrock 715.
I've literally found a big picture of Janet. Hang on. Hang on. Wait. So we should have now enough members for me to make another, to get another emoji. Let's have a look. What? Oh, what do you mean? I don't understand their emoji thing. I want to add another one. So I needed 2 more. Right, I'll tell you what. We're gonna get rid of one. Hang on. I'm gonna get rid of the pound sign.
Amsterdam radar Nordic 1050 descending through flight level 270 to flight level 260.
Refresh your chat.
Nordic 1050, Amsterdam radar identified. Good afternoon.
Refresh your chat. Yeah, buddy. There's Janet. Janet's got her own emoji. If you want to know what she actually looks like, no, nope, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. That one. No. A. Everyone's finding the emoji now. Let's go. Why can't I show it? Okay.
Amsterdam radar, good afternoon. Lufthansa 007 Super at flight level 280 for the ILS approach on the runway 6 in Amsterdam Schiphol.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, contact London Control on 121.23.
That's Janet. So if you can't see the emoji, that's what she looks like. And apparently...
Oh, Captain, if I can't see the emoji, I can only imagine it's as confused as your flying skills.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we cruise along, just a reminder that if you see the captain looking lost, it is not because he's trying to find the emoji, it is just his usual flying style. Enjoy the flight.
Janet, you are loved by our YouTube viewers to the point we have given you your own emoji for the YouTube chat. How do you feel? That's her.
Oh, Captain, I feel like a celebrity. Just what I needed. An emoji to remind me of my own face every time I look in the mirror. But let's be honest, it's probably more popular than your flying skills.
Janet, you are more popular than anything.
I just found out I have my very own emoji in the YouTube chat. Yes, that is right. I am now officially a cartoon. So if you see it, just remember it is probably more reliable than our captain when it comes to flying. Enjoy the rest of the flight.
It don't matter. She's a celebrity.
Oh, Captain, that's probably just because I'm not the one flying this thing. If they knew it was you at the controls, they'd be begging for a parachute.
Don't matter. She's a celebrity.
Gentlemen, if
MSFL361, contact Schiphol approach on 118.08.
Low bar, I know. But don't it worry,
Schiphol
I'll keep you
approach
entertained
on
while he tries to remember which way is up.
118.08.
Enjoy the flight.
Bye bye.
And
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango.
I'm tempted, I'm not going to lie.
T 1 November arrival. I'll have you descending in about 20 minutes. Notify if you're ready to descend before that.
Oh, we're supposed to contact London Control. Contact London Control on 121.23 and expect the RIMT 1 November arrival, and we'll probably looking to descend in about 15 minutes time. Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. London Control, good evening. Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango with you, flight level 310. Look! Look! You could get rid of T-shirt.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, London Control, identified. Good evening.
This Janet is my co-pilot. I'm so buying it. You can actually get it as a T-shirt. I'm doing it.
Corner maintain flight level 320 for privateer 121. London Control, good evening. Dragon Alpha 5, refute at 25,000 feet.
Dragon Air 445, London Control, identified. Good evening.
London Control, we are delayed in Kilo. Which transition can I expect for the arrival to Birmingham?
Don't mind me. I'm just purchasing that T-shirt. Jem says you're actually buying it. Yeah, I'm doing it right now. I'm buying it right now. Literally right now. Mate, Janet is my co-pilot. Done. Done it. Nice. Was that someone in a tunnel on ATC then? I think it were. We are currently not too far away. We've got 24 minutes or so. We want to look to descend shortly. So we can request to do that in a moment. Rob, thanks. Cheers, dude. I don't have a rent-a-bird. Says, always knew Tom had a rent-a-bird. Now we have proof. He has taken her out the boot of the motor at Dublin Longstay car park and made her fucking co-pilot.
Leipzig Air 378, contact Amsterdam radar on 118.805.
118.805, Leipzig Air 378.
Alright, so there is the UK there. That would be the likes of Norwich and Norfolk. I'm telling you, that is the best thing I've seen today, is that t-shirt. 100%. Literally the best thing I've seen. So you can tell that for the people that use the use this app, you can see that Janet is very popular. She's very, very popular amongst the Say Intentions users. We should now probably start to descend. London Control Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango would like to begin our descent, please.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, cleared YMT 1 November, arrival into Newcastle whenever you'd like descend, flight level 160.
Descend to flight level 160 at our own discretion, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Gemma, I don't think so. I don't think so, if I'm honest with you.
Ryanair 885, request descent. Flight level 80. Descent flight level 80, Ryanair 885.
Just wanted in case we could mix up the accents a bit. Well, there's a few more on there that we haven't used yet.
Captain, we've started our approach to Newcastle. Just a heads up, I've made the announcement about returning to seats and stowing tables. Let's hope this landing is less of a roller coaster than your last one.
Do you know, I thought she was about to...
Gentlemen, we've left our cruising altitude and are now starting our approach to Newcastle. Please return to your seats, stow your tables...
Generally thought she was about to announce an emergency then.
Lavatories are now off limits. I know it is a bit like being told you cannot have dessert after a lovely meal, but trust me, it is for your own good, especially with our captain at the controls.
Let me have a quick look. I'll go through the ones that I've used so far. So Alejandro was okay. We've used him. Georgina we got to use as well. I think she might be a little annoying for people. She's like an Instagram model. She's yeah, it's like an Instagram girl that like more focuses on social media, basically like Gen Z type thing. Mary Smith we've not used yet. She's an English girl, a bit like Janet, but has low cost. She runs on low cost airlines and moans about it. We've used the Irish one, which is the streamer Two-Tone Murphy. Mara we've used from Germany. She's not too bad. Just yeah, I mean, there's a few funny ones, a few professional ones in there. Again, each of them have their own ways of dealing with things. But Janet, I've seen in like forums and stuff. Janet is like the most popular because of her. Well, I mean, you've heard it. So.
Flight level 230. 240, descending via the Tebra to Golf arrival into Gatwick.
I think we need the EasyJet one. Well, she runs on any low-cost airline. It could be Ryanair, EasyJet, Spirit. You know, any low-cost airline in the world, she'll moan about it. As we begin our descent from Newcastle. Few clouds, so it's looking pretty decent to get into Newcastle as well, so not too bad. I will introduce you to what's her name? Mary. Mary Smith is her name. I'll introduce you to her maybe next week. I'll get an EasyJet flight sorted, and she'll moan all about it. Meanwhile, I'm having a look to see who we could use tomorrow for Air New Zealand. Have we got any Aussies? I know it's New Zealand, but I don't think they're going to have one from that. Oh, that could be interesting. I think we'll use them tomorrow. So this one says lead flight attendant Jim and his crew hate their job, and the customers. I think we'll use them tomorrow. So we'll use Jim tomorrow. Lead flight attendant Jim and his crew hate their jobs and the customers. We'll use that tomorrow for our Air New Zealand flight. I'm sure Jim will be delighted. No resemblance, of course. Rob says, just a reminder, no haggis were hurt during the making of this stream. Did you get a drink from the drinks trolley, Rob, or not? And I've not used Jim on here yet, so I'm very intrigued to know what Jim is like. Now Jim is flight crew. What could go wrong? That's the thing. I saw the name Jim and hate their job as like cabin crew, and I'm like, I wonder if Jim's like that. We'll see. We'll see what that's like tomorrow. But no, I'm fucking parched here. All right, hang on. Janet, Rob Brown, the angry Scotsman or Scottishman, says he didn't get a drink from the drinks trolley and is now threatening to throw haggis at you. Anyway, you could potentially sort that out just while we're descending. I mean, we're not, descending a great deal. So if you could just get him a quick drink, is that all right?
Oh, Captain, I'll sort out Rob Brown and his drink before he starts a haggis revolution back here. Just give me a moment to avoid becoming a flying dinner plate.
That might be the greatest hashtag in the world. Hashtag haggis revolution. That might just be the greatest hashtag that there may ever will be. Hashtag haggis revolution.
Mike Tango Foxtrot with you, flight level 410, correction.
Ryanair Mike Tango Foxtrot, London Control. Good evening.
Free the haggis.
With Air 5501, London Control identified. Good morning.
Oh, God. Hashtag haggis revolution. So she's sorting it out now, despite despite the issues. God, I love Janet. I think she's fantastic. Oh dear. Hashtag haggis revolution. Oh, she is funny. Janet, on your way back from getting the drink for the haggis revolution at the back of the aeroplane, can you just make sure that obviously the toilets are okay? No reports on Wayne using them yet, so I'm hoping that stays that way.
Oh, Captain, I'll check on the toilets while I'm dodging haggis and making sure Wayne doesn't turn it into a disaster zone. Just keep your fingers crossed that he doesn't decide to go in there and start a plumbing crisis.
Oh, dear. Oh, can we show some love for Janet in the chat, please?
Scandinavian 1123, contact London Control on
That's genius. That is fantastic. Backed by popular demand. Rob says hashtag Wayne block the shitter.
Runway 9 approach, KLM 1063.
Janet, Carl's also asking where his chocolate is.
Identified. Good evening.
Oh, Captain, I'll make sure Carl gets his chocolate before he starts plotting a mutiny. We wouldn't want him getting cranky, especially with your flying skills on display. Ladies and gentlemen, just a quick note. If you see Carl looking a bit too serious, it is probably because he's still waiting for his chocolate. Do not worry, we're on it faster than our captain can find the right runway.
Janet, you want to make it quick though, because obviously we're descending and you're supposed to be seated, but chocolate must come first for Carl, because again, you know what he's like.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our descent, I just want to remind you to keep your seatbelts fastened and your chocolate cravings in check. We would not want Carl to start a chocolate riot back there, eh? And let us be honest, if the captain cannot land this thing smoothly, we might need all the chocolate we can get to cope with the stress. So sit tight and let us hope for a landing that does not involve any emergency haggis dodging.
By the way, chocolate riot sounds like something Wayne would do in the toilet. So hashtag chocolate riot and hashtag haggis revolution. Chocolate riot. Oh, she's funny.
Contacting Scottish Patrol on 134.43. 1 Tango Bravo. Have a good afternoon.
Chocolate riot. Chocolate riot. Oh God, we've got a discrepancy. Nice. Oh God, so much fun with this program, I tell you. If you've enjoyed the stream and you don't want Janet to start a chocolate riot by throwing chocolate at you, feel free to hit the like button. It does help the channel out immensely. And of course, you'll be showing some love for Janet as well, who has provided great entertainment backed by popular demand. Chocolate Haggis Riot Revolution.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, contact approach on 124.38.
Janet, Gemma in the chat, YouTube chat, says if you are to get her chocolate, you could just launch it at her. She'd be happy to take the chocolate bar in the face. I don't know how good her aim is, so I'm just assuming.
Oh, Captain, I could launch the chocolate at Gemma, but knowing your flying skills, it might end up in the wrong seat altogether. Let's just hope she's got good reflexes.
Sure, why not? Sure, why not? Contact approach on 124.38 Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Nearly forgot my bloody call sign then. I think that's Newcastle approach. Approach, good evening to you, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango with you, flight level 160.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango identified. Good evening. Expect the ILS runway 25 approach into Newcastle.
I expect the ILS runway 25 approach into Newcastle, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. That's funny. Rob says all that haggis means I've just laid a log in the rear bog. Might need to trim the centre of gravity. Here we are. What route are we taking into Newcastle? It would tell us, Wayne. Well, I think we're going in via the Rimtow approach. So, if I'm correct, if Volanta's not showing it, I'm assuming we'll be going over the likes of Sunderland.
2346 contact Scottish Control. That's going to be on 128.055, alright? Contact Scottish Control, that's going to be 128.055. That's good for us. Speak to you soon, bye-bye.
I love this program. I do. I love it. I really do. It's like the best money ever spent. Just for Janet alone.
Direct to Barbados.
Ryanair 2346, continue direct oval, maintain level 130.
Just waiting for some more clearance to descend. How far out are we? We're 80 miles, so that's not a problem. Okay. So at the moment, we are just over Leeds at the moment, and we'll be taking our sort of turn just here. I don't think we've got any more. No more discrepancies, so that's fine. Oh, the nav light went off. Why did the night? Did wonder. Bit like Mary Antoinette of the sky, says Lee. Why did the nav light went off? That was interesting. We're just turning back onto the right course. So hopefully you've enjoyed the evening. Hopefully it's been...
Maintain flight level 130, now direct to Glasgow, Ryanair 2346. Ryanair 2346, request flight level 140.
Ryanair 2346, climb and maintain flight level 140.
Yeah, hopefully you've had a fun evening with us this evening. Nice way to get the week started. Don't forget, down the bottom, as you can see, rolling along the screen as you have the rest of the schedule for the week. So lots to look forward to. ATR tomorrow using Jim and his hatred of his job. So that should be interesting. Okay, back on track, which is good. We are 68 nautical miles out, just waiting for some more clearance to descend. Looks like, according to some people that are flying in on Volanta. Looks like they're going over Sunderland. And then coming in sort of near towards Whitley Bay. I think that's the plan. Yeah, it's been a fun one. Beautiful CRJ. Wednesday's a great start to the week. Only getting started. Plenty more action to come. Looks like we might be going over Darlington. Darlington. If you've got any questions, by the way, that you might want to ask her just before we land, now's a good time to do so because she will need to be taking her seat very, very soon. So get some questions in if you want to know something.
Kilo, flight level 27, climbing 4000.
Channel 72 Lima Kilo, Newcastle approach identified. Climb and maintain flight level 120.
Climb and maintain flight level 120, channel 72 Lima Kilo.
Channel 72 Lima Kilo. Traffic at your 10 o'clock, 5 miles, at flight level 5,000 feet, type unknown.
Rob says, are the bogs locked? I've had to pinch one here as the turtle was poking its head out. Yeah, unfortunately you can't use the toilets, and Wayne hasn't used them either, which is probably a blessing. Approach, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango would like to continue descent, please.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, descend altitude 12,000 feet.
Descend flight level 120, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Don't know if that's enough.
Skyway 603 Newcastle departure identified. Climb via the city.
Climb via the seat. Skyway 603.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, descend flight level 090.
That's 900 feet. No, it's not. I'm only kidding. It's not. Descend to 9,000. Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Okay, continuing our descent now. What GPU? Oh, sorry, Norwegian Navigate Code to you says, what GPU and CPU do you have? Graphics card, I have a GeForce RTX 470 Ti Super, and the CPU, the processor is an. God, is it an i7? I think.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, descend altitude 3000, turn right heading 065 vectors for the ILS runway 25 approach, QNH 1028.
It's pretty powerful stuff, the one I've got. Turn right heading 05, turn right heading 065, descend and maintain flight level 3000, and for ILS runway 25 approach, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. You fucked up. You fucked up. Alright, 065, right, we're following the heading now. Follow the nav. Nav's easier. Got the approach and everything in there for a reason. We'll continue to follow it. Interesting.
Cirrus Golf Golf Echo identified flight following already established at 4,500. Newcastle QNH 1012.
Just passing Durham.
Roger. Golf Golf Echo.
Cirrus Golf Golf Echo, roger, maintain VFR at 4,500.
Maintain VFR at 4,500. Cirrus Golf Golf Echo.
There's Durham. And in front of us is Newcastle. Lewis is back. Did the toilet get blocked yet? No. That'd be the sugar rush over then.
Tango, turn right heading 075.
Oh, that was over ages ago. I'm still feeling the crash. Turn right heading 075, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango.
gentlemen, as we prepare for our final approach into Newcastle, it is time to turn off those electronic devices and stow them
Scottish
away
Control
like they're your excess
133.8,
belongings.
Shuttle
Please put your
13
tray
in
tables
goodbye.
away, ensure your seats are in their full upright position, and fasten those seat belts tighter than the Captaina's grip on the controls. You all receive information about your connecting flights from our lovely Lufthansa staff once we're on the ground. And remember, if you see the captain sweating, it is just his usual landing style. Thank you for flying with us.
It's been a pleasure as always. The Newcastle below us. As we rapidly descend for 3,000. There's the airport. You can spot blue lights there, so that's the airport. 6,000 at the moment. Just want to get the speed back a bit here. Just put the speed brakes up. And I guess, boys and girls, replay on. It's time to guess what the landing rating will be, please. As we get ready to go into Newcastle Airport.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, turn right, heading 090.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Turn right, heading 090, Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango. We're not doing that. We've got the flight plan sorted.
Charlie Mike wins at Edinburgh 207 at 46.
Roger, Charlie Mike.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, sorry about that. Descend altitude 3000, turn right, heading 100 vectors for the ILS runway 25 approach.
We don't need to do that. Descend altitude 3000, expect vectors for the ILS runway 25 approach, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Looks like we're going to go straight in here.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango, contact Newcastle Tower on 119.705.
Contact Newcastle Tower on 119.705, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, thank you. Newcastle Tower, good evening. Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, 6 mile short final for runway 25 at Newcastle.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, Newcastle Tower, winds 250 at 15. Runway 25 cleared to land.
We might be coming a bit quick here. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Do a quick loop. Just a quick loop. We're just going to do a quick loop to lose a bit of speed. And then we'll be back in for runway 25, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Probably for the best.
8 Charlie Tango, approved. Execute the loop and report when established back on final for runway 25.
Execute the loop and report when established on final, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, thank you. Just felt like we were coming in a bit quick, so didn't fancy that. So just complete the loop. Speed brakes to the armed position. Okay. Newcastle Tower, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango with runway in sight, runway 25.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, winds 250 at 15, runway 25, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 25, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Here we go then. So Lewis went for 190, Carl 149, Gemma 189, Rob 187, Wayne 165. Here we go. Finally established. Let's continue. All the flaps are down.
Niner Hotel Papa, contact departure.
Contacting departure, Niner Hotel Papa, Kilo.
Here we go.
Niner Hotel Papa, safe flight. Contact Newcastle departure on 124.38.
So we've got a headwind here of about 15 knots.
Ryanair 2346, contact departure on 124.38.
Here we go. It's a good thing we're going in this as well because we can roll right to the end of the runway and exit at the end, and we'll be straight at the ramp, so we'll be all good. Just keeping an eye on that speed. Two red, two white.
400. 300.
Speed looking decent.
200.
A little low.
Diamond 28 Juliet, copy taxi to parking at your discretion advised. When ready to copy a phone number for possible pilot deviation. Diamond 28 Juliet, 50. Contact Newcastle, 40. Ground on 121.73. Have a good evening.
10.
Contact ground on 121.73, Diamond 28 Juliet.
Reverse is on. Somebody's in trouble.
Globespan 10 tree I do not have. Contact Newcastle departure on 124.38. Safe flight to Manchester.
Alright, reverse is off.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, welcome to Newcastle. Contact ground on 121.73.
Contact ground on 121.73. Thanks for the welcome, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just landed in Newcastle.
Scenery hadn't loaded in properly though.
That was a landing. I mean, it was so smooth that I almost forgot we were flying with Captain Tom Whittle at the controls. The weather here is a lovely 9 degrees Celsius. With a
Why is the
few
runway not
clouds
loaded?
at 3,000 feet, which is just enough to make you think about bringing an umbrella, but
Oh, there we
not
go.
enough to actually need one. So if you're planning to go outside, just remember, it is chilly, but not too chilly. Thank you for flying with Lufthansa, and please remain seated until we've parked and the seatbelt sign is off. On behalf of Captain Whittle, First Officer Janet, and the entire crew, including Toby, we wish you a wonderful time here in Newcastle. And if you see any haggis flying around, just know it is not our fault. Happy New Year 2025.
She had to throw a last little bit of haggis in there. That was quite funny. Also, might have forgotten to turn the landing lights on, but shh, no one needs to know.
Eastern 611, contact departure.
Newcastle ground, good evening. Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango, requesting taxi to the nearest gate, please.
Lufthansa 8, Charlie Tango. Taxi to Terminal 3 via Bravo Alpha. Have a good day.
Taxi to Terminal 3 via Bravo, Lufthansa 8 Charlie Tango. Good evening. Alright, boys and girls, welcome to Newcastle. So we've got free scenery for this. Lewis is off. Cool, happy days. Replay will be on its way shortly. Janet, excellent job this evening. As always, the YouTube chat has thoroughly enjoyed your company, as have I. So thank you for flying on board with us tonight.
Oh, Captain, I appreciate that. But let's be honest, the real star of the show is the chocolate. Just like your flying skills, it's what keeps everyone happy.
She actually didn't roast me this time. I will take that. Thank you, Janet. It's very kind of you to say. We'll see you again next time.
Oh, Captain, it's always a pleasure to fly with you. Just remember next time, try not to make the landing feel like a game of how many bounces can we do before we actually stop.
There's Janet, everybody.
Ladies and
3 Alpha Zulu contact tower on 119.705 when ready for departure.
I almost forgot we were flying with Captain Tom. The weather is a lovely 9 degrees, which is just chilly enough to make you question your life choices. Thank you for flying with us. And remember, if you see any haggis flying around, it is definitely not our fault.
Holy shit. Okay, so buttery smooth. Let's review the landing and review the flight. Okay, here's what Volanta has. Alright, flight time 1 hour 38 minutes. The landing rating according to Volanta was a 6.54. I don't think it was that smooth personally. 154 sounds about right. Okay, if you are leaving us, don't forget to take your belongings with you. Don't leave anything on the aeroplane. Otherwise it will be sold by Janet on eBay. If you're sticking around, the replay is about to take place. Don't forget tomorrow, as you can see on the bottom of your screen, Air New Zealand ATR 72 from Auckland to Queenstown. If you're leaving now, I will see you for that tomorrow. If you're sticking around, you're about to see a daytime landing into Newcastle. So, without further ado, let's get the replay going.
Couldn't find valid airport data at this position. Services are not available.
Right, boys and girls, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support this evening. Enjoy the rest of your Monday evening, whatever you get up to. Have a great Tuesday, and I will see you for some more Flight Sim fun on the Departure Lounge YouTube channel. For myself and Wayne, it is a very good evening to you all. Take care, look after yourselves and each other. And it's a bye-bye from the both of us. Take care, everybody.